feeling here is that these middle overs are going to be key. And that's where these batters have to show the intent of rotating the strike, keeping the scoreboard ticking. The current run rate is under 4. We saw it happen when the Afghan Pacers were bowling in their opening spell, that boundaries happened, but rotation of strike was hard to come by. In the first 10-12 overs, there was not much rotation of strike that happened for Bangladesh. And I think that is something that may happen. In these middle overs, just the way Zam is bowling, he's not giving too much to the batters to work with. Nasir is finding it hard to even rotate strike. The length is back of length, so he can't really get to the pitch of the ball, and he's not really in the zone where he's going to play the attacking shot just yet.
Well, it's not going to be easy, as you rightly call it. The required run rate is under 5.5 now. All of a sudden, when it starts creeping above 5.5 and touches 6 and above, it becomes a very difficult job for the remainder of the batters to bring the team home, especially when you start losing wickets. It's important that you keep the scoreboard ticking, which Faisal, on the other hand, has been doing quite nicely. He's batting on 46 or 47. He's almost striking at 100. But you got to have a better partner, right? Yes, you cannot just keep putting pressure on the next batter.
Now, the mid-wicket fielder, for me, I think that's what Nasir might be targeting. He will have to target it at some point in time. The previous delivery came down the track. There may be an opportunity where he may just stay a little deep in the batting crease and take the fielder over mid-wicket's head and try and pick a 4 there. A slower one, yeah. The plan was right. He was deep in the crease, but I think the length was just a little up to the back. Therefore, he couldn't go across the line. But that was the game plan. He was thinking and eyeing that area. End of the over, 24 gone, it's 90 for 2.
झंझनाहट से जल्द आराम पाएं सेंसोडाइन रैपिड रिलीफ के साथ
मेरा बैंक जो है ना वो जीरो चार्ज करता है जीरो चार्जेस ये तो हम सबको नहीं मिलता है नहीं मिलते थे ब्रो जिसको के जमाने में तो मेरा बैंक जो है ना सारे सेविंग्स अकाउंट सर्विसेज पर जीरो चार्ज करता है आईडीएफसी फर्स्ट बैंक में अकाउंट होगा तो मोर मिलेगा हाँ ये किधर से मारा तुम आपकी अलमारी से
It's just beginning to get a little tight for Bangladesh here. They're looking for a single. And they may get overthrows here. The keeper couldn't collect it. The fielder backing up couldn't get to the ball. And in the end, they've given away an extra run.
And who do I see? They still don't hit the stumps. We yet to see it. Into the 25th over, which is a cumulative 75 overs, and we are yet to see a direct hit at the stumps.
Well, I can see a genuine smile on Ahmed Farhad's face. Because the direct hit isn't coming and Afghanistan are batting.
Well, I'm only asking for it. I'm just following what you earlier said.
He's carrying his heart on his sleeve, isn't he? Supporting Afghanistan in the count box. Cut away and played well in the gap. This is going to run away to the fence for 4. The first shot of authority that we've seen from Nasir so far in his stay at the crease.
Yeah, that's the first boundary he gets. That should hopefully give him some confidence and he'll start get into the rhythm. That's good shot.
Come on, boy.
It's understanding that the field is there, but if you got your shot and you back your skill, even with the fielders in the circle, you still can dissect the field and get a boundary.
Opportunity there, Zawad Abrar.
I'll have to see how, it is, but it's interesting when it is directed. It's a game of very small margins by a centimeter, millimeter. Well, Faisal had made his crease, but again, can be very interesting. Millimeter.
Oh, beaten. He was playing for the turn. And a little extra bounce as well. Yeah, and he's saying, hang on, where did that kick up from?
Yeah, that was a surprising boundary. That really bounced high. It's interesting. Went really high.
Also, I thought he was playing for the off break. He thought the ball would pitch and turn back in towards him. The bounce upset him, but there was no turn there. The punt carried on straight. Well fielded. And you'll have to wait for a little while before he gets to that half century. It's 97 for 2.
ये मेरे बराबरी का है ही नहीं,
ये भी मेरे लेवल की ही नहीं।
अगर बराबरी के प्लेयर्स चाहिए तो एमपीएल रमी पे आइए।
यहाँ गेम में नो मिसमैचिंग, मिलेगा फुल एक्शन और बड़ी विनिंग्स।
एमपीएल रमी, जीतते रहो।
इस खेल में आदत लगना या आर्थिक जोखिम संभव है, जिम्मेदारी से खेलें।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, इस दिल में देखो पतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Two sharing a 142-run partnership for the second wicket. But, you know, a lot of times you talk about wickets in hand and the advantage that you can get out of it. Today we saw that Bangladesh had wickets in hand, but they couldn't really translate it into those quick runs that they really wanted. You look at the last 10 overs, they did score at 5.6 runs per over, but the hope was that when you had 6 or 7 wickets in hand, you could probably go at 7 or 8 and over. That didn't happen. Otherwise, the score, instead of 228, would have been 250 plus.
A rare swing and a miss from Faisal Shinozada, indicating to his partner Nasir Maruf Khail that I was actually eyeing at boundary that is right behind the bowler.
Let's look at those. Let's look at the Manhattan there. The comparative Manhattan, of course, you can see the red buildings showing where Afghanistan are doing, the blue lines showing what Bangladesh did. And you wanted those big overs. Look at from over number 40, which was a big over, and the last over. You got 14 off the 40th over. You wanted that momentum to be carried forward in for the next 9 overs as well, because you had wickets in hand. And unfortunately, that didn't really materialize for Bangladesh. Credit to Afghanistan as well, the way they bowled towards the end. And the spin of Nazir came in handy. Had the quicker bowlers come back for a decent spell.
Yeah, and I think things changed when the partnership was broken. 142-run partnership, and you would see Bangladesh cruising along, in the hopes to getting 250 plus. And then Ala Muhammad Ghazanfar came, created opportunities, and finally got that partnership broken. And since then, wickets fell and Bangladesh couldn't really capitalize on it. Well, if the result doesn't go their way at the end of the match, that is one area they'll have to blame themselves for, that they were really not able to accelerate in the later part of the innings.
Looking at the way things are going for Afghanistan right now, you get a feeling that they're also getting stuck in the rut. The rotation of strike isn't as frequent as they would like. That's something that the Bangladesh coach would be hoping from his bowlers. Keep it tight. Don't give those easy singles. Cut out the boundary balls. Now that's been a problem for Nasir. Trying to get Rizan away for runs. That length is causing him some problems.
Yeah, and also opening that square leg to Nasir, indicating that if you want to go cross bat, which is one mistake you make and you can lose your wicket. So quite sharp thinking out there from the skipper, and it's important that your bowlers back you with whatever plan you present to them, and their bowlers have been spot on. They haven't given away any freebies to the Afghanistan batters, doing very hard work for the 99 runs scored.
Dot ball, that'll end the over as well. 26 overs gone, 99 for 2.
लेकिन आप दोनों लंबों के बीच में तो मैं बहुत छोटी लग रही हूँ।
चिल, गैलेक्सी ए है ना।
क्विक शेयर करो ना। Sure. What will you Galaxy Air today?
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
Teams were in the same group as Afghanistan and Bangladesh. Nepal in reply losing their way. 131 for 5. They were 70 odd for 1, then 78 for 2. Now 5 down, half the side back in the hut. And top scoring with 62 for Nepal in that run chase. But the way ahead looks a little tough.
You know, on Sharjah tracks, usually it's about around 230, 240, which is an average score. And you'll ask why, because when you see it, it looks quite a flat wicket. Sort of shows the shine, and you'll say it's probably very good for batting. 100 up for Afghanistan, and that will bring Faisal to 47, 3 runs to his half century. Should be 48, I believe. So it's very deceptive as far as the wicket in Sharjah is concerned. All of a sudden it changes. Like in the 50-over game, it'll be one way in the first 10, 15 overs. It'll be completely different wicket for another 15 or 20 overs. It's really important that you have the understanding of how the wicket behaves and you, according to the situation, play.
Change in bowling for Bangladesh. Debashish has come on to bowl, so they're really utilizing their bowling options here. 7th bowler has come on to bowl. Appeal for a leg before the umpire is not interested. What was the angle on that delivery? Well, the bowler thought he had his man. Debashish was appealing on bended knee, quite literally. The umpire not interested. So I think outside the line of off. Good decision in the end.
Yeah, that's been a good decision, I believe. Probably hitting him outside the line of off stump, as you rightly called it. And from the expression on the face of Nasir Maruf Khail, he thought he got lucky not being given out.
I think he's playing a shot. Point of impact outside off. Right. The problem would have been if he hadn't been offering a shot. Then there might have been some trouble. Debashish looking to bring the ball back into the left-hander. And now, with that single taken, Faisal's going to be on strike and he is too shy of a half century. And it would be a well-deserved one if he were to get there. He's the man in form for Afghanistan.
You know, with even a 50, the job is not done. He holds the key for this chase in Afghanistan's favour. End of the over, Faisal will keep the strike. With 49 when we come back, it's going to be 102 for 2 after 27.
जब भी मैं ठंडा खाती थी जैसे कि आइसक्रीम मुझे एक झंझनाहट सी महसूस होती थी ये बढ़ती जा रही थी ये प्रॉब्लम पहले ठंडे से शुरू हुई फिर गर्म खाने से हो रही थी तब जाके मैंने डेंटिस्ट को दिखाया उन्होंने कहा कि आप सेंसोडाइन यूज कीजिए अब मुझे फ्रिज से कुछ ठंडा निकाल के खाना हो तो मुझे दोबारा सोचना नहीं पड़ता
गुलाब और गेंदे के फूल लेते आना
और 5 डजन मिट्टी के दी
समझे मिस्टर एनआरआई
Yup, I got it. With Galaxy AI on my S24 Ultra. What will you Galaxy AI today?
127 required, which means the required run rate is just over 5.5. But Faisal is the man in form. He is also on strike. Faisal Shinazada, 49 of 53. 6 boundaries in that knock so far. Left, he'll get the single now and bring up his half century. An important innings in the context of this match. An important innings keeping Afghanistan in the run chase.
Well, the C-Date celebration tells you that he knows the job is not done, and for a man who has been converting his 50s into 100, he knows that he just has to stay and bring his team home. In his interview with the media team from the Afghanistan Cricket Board, he said his tendency always is to go from the ball one and stay till the end. And that's important that you have such a mindset. Don't get carried away. Make sure you bring your team home. For Bangladesh, they have really been exerting a lot of pressure, and now the required run rate has gone above 5.5.
You're in the 28th over, 101 dot deliveries. That tells you that almost close to 17 overs have been bowled as dot deliveries. Out of 27, if 17 overs, that means you've scored off just about 60 balls in the innings so far. That really tells you that this run chase won't go the way Afghanistan want it to go if it continues in this fashion. And look at the number of dot deliveries that Nasir has faced. 39 deliveries faced for his 20. But Nasir, maybe doing what he is. Faisal's kept the run chase on track with that handy half century.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. I think he's looked very solid from the moment he came. Remember, he hit the first boundary for Afghanistan in this chase and then continued it with a flourish of boundaries. In the process, was able to hit 6 beautiful shots for 4. That one was shot of the day of his bat for me in his innings.
He goes for it. Clears the infield and will it run away to the fence? No, it won't. Just pulled up inside the boundary rope by James. And there could be a run out here.
I think the bowler actually spoiled it. He ran at the ball. He should have rather waited behind the stumps. And how often you will see your fielding coaches coming to you and telling you, do the basics right. I think Bangladesh have shelled an opportunity of a run out.
Interesting to take a look at that collection of the throw once again. But a great effort in the outfield by James. Shabihul James did a fantastic job to pull the ball back up inside the boundary rope. Saved a run. So could have gone for 4. Change in the field. Meanwhile, Faisal's on strike and they straight away take the long off back, bringing third man up. Is there going to be a change of pace that we see? Yes, the slower one. Rolled his fingers over the seam. The field placement told you what he was trying to do. Faisal there. Let's take a look at it again. A couple of deliveries ago, great effort in the outfield by James. He pulled the ball up inside the boundary rope. The throw was weak. If you look at it, no real power behind the throw. Why the bowler had to go to the ball. We're talking about why he went for the ball, because I don't think he realized the ball would reach him. A weak throw from James, forcing the bowler. Single. Now they've got 6 from the over. It's 28 gone, 102.
हर पल बनाओ विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
लेकिन आप दोनों लंबों के बीच में तो मैं बहुत छोटी लग रही हूँ।
चिल, गैलेक्सी है ना?
क्विक शेयर करो ना।
Sure. What will you Galaxy AI today?
They've got 8 wickets in hand, so that's a handy position to be in for Afghanistan. Bangladesh would like to break this partnership. Oh, just trying to reach that. Doesn't make any contact. Debashish into his second over. Nasir on 24 of 41. Maybe that is what's pushing him into trying to manufacture some shots here. Maybe taking a bit of a risk in getting the momentum going. It's into the deep, but there is protection there. This gets a single. Brings in Faisal into the crease, and Faisal alongside me. You must be pretty happy with your namesake, the way he's playing.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of mention of my name whilst I wasn't even on the comms, but listening in the control room, it was all Faisal. But he's played the innings of the day so far for Afghanistan, no doubt about that.
And he needs to carry on. He's done all the hard work. It's half the work done with his 50 so far. And he wants to emulate the Bangladesh skipper who went on to score that century and take his team to a decent total.
Yeah, absolutely. That magnitude of innings will be required But Faisal by far has been the most fluent of all the batters because Azizul and Siddiqui, they took a lot of time to get going. Conditions were difficult, but Faisal has been prolific since ball one. His run rate, the strike rate is almost at a run a ball, has been throughout his innings.
Yeah, consistency has been the key word in his innings. And it's just the manner in which he's gone about it hasn't looked to make it difficult. He's been selective, waiting for the proper balls to put away. Good work in the field. That has to be replicated on a regular basis. We saw a little bit of tardiness a couple of overs back. Bangladesh have got to keep on their toes.
Rizan, tall lad, really got down very quickly. Very agile for his height. Pulled off a magnificent save.
Nasir tries to cut. And the bowler Debashish thinks he should have got a nick to that from his reaction. And that's 110 for 2 at the end of the 29th.
टिप चाहिए पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ डूबेगा नहीं जलेगा भी नहीं कोई खा नहीं जाएगा और मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम रहो बेफिक्र
अरे हम तो जागे सपनों में
लेकिन आप दोनों लंबू के बीच में तो मैं बहुत छोटी लग रही हूँ
चिल गैलेक्सी है ना
क्विक शेयर करो ना
Sure. What will you Galaxy AI today?
Partnership worth 44 runs. Just very significant, Faisal, that no sixes have been hit so far in this innings. Bangladesh team had hit 6 sixes in their innings. And,
yeah, it's hard to imagine.
Yeah, and look at the last time the boundary was hit. 27 balls. As we speak, had to happen. It's about time that they got a big one.
It came right out the middle of Faisal's bat. When he got to his 50, he decided to open his shoulders. Right in the slot, you have to say. He's found the sweet spot off the back. And both these statistics have been taken care of with one blow.
Yep. 50 runs partnership comes up of 73 balls. Oh, it's appealing. Big appeal. That looked pretty much in front. No question in the mind of the umpire. After being hit for 6, he comes back strongly and takes a very, very crucial wicket.
And look at the animated celebrations as well in the middle. Bangladesh realized the importance of this wicket. And it was on a length, just a little bit of movement inwards. We'll have a look. There you go, back leg right in front of the stumps. One of the easier decisions there for the umpire. And look at the celebration, because this was a very, very important wicket. Faisal, who's been batting brilliantly, has to depart now. 50 and out for him. He's gone for 58. And Afghanistan, 3 for 118.
Challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be rising.
ওমা ইন্ডিয়া গেট আনুনি আরে বাবা চ্যাটার্জি বাড়ির একটা মান সম্মান আছে তো
একমাত্র ইন্ডিয়া গেট দেয় কোয়ালিটি আর কনসিস্টেন্সি ইন্ডিয়া গেট বাসমতি মানে টেস্ট আর কোয়ালিটির গ্যারান্টি
With the departure of Faisal, who was looking so threatening, the 50 partnership between Nasir and Faisal had come up. Then he hit one away for a 6, the first 6, but this is Barkat facing his first delivery, quietly tucked away. Is in the middle because I think a touch of lethargy or overconfidence after hitting the 6, Faisal.
Adrenaline was running high when that ball came in. Just a sluggish stroke, you have to say. Little bit of Little bit of movement, all right, but you have to say that it was a bit sluggish on the part of Faisal after hitting that 6. Just couldn't cover the line of the ball. Big blow.
That is very good. Sorry to interrupt you, but that bouncer, is a welcome to the new batter. Welcome to the middle. We haven't seen too many bouncers affected on this, what seems to be a rather batting-friendly track despite the grass.
Yeah, he shouldn't really be worried about that white call from the umpire because he's given away a run, but he's really surprised the batter, and that will bring two thoughts into the batter's mind before he can think about coming forward. And that's the area where the ball has been moving around. Even the old ball at this time of the day has been something for the bowlers. So not a bad ploy at all, that bouncer.
It's just got that back of length going. Every time a pace bowler bowls a bouncer, I expect them to come back with a fuller sort of Yorker length delivery. But maybe the batter also thinks in the same vein and prepares himself mentally to put away a delivery like that.
Yeah, and that's good from the Bangladesh skipper now because he's got the slip in. The ball is carrying very nicely. And Fahad's tail is up after that wicket. He really charged in for the 2 deliveries. Got good pace and carry, and his skipper has responded by giving him a slip.
What he needs to bowl is that offside corridor channel and hope that it's not going to swing, it's just going to seam away. And you were earlier talking about the nature of the wicket. I had a look at it. That grassy cover is pretty deceptive. But one thing I've noticed is it doesn't lose its bounce and carry. We're into the second innings, into the 70 or 80th over of the day. Despite that, the carry seems to be nice.
Yeah, that's a testament to being a very good cricket pitch. When the bounce is even and it remains that throughout the day, that means the conditions are fair and it allows everyone to chip in. In the air, just falling short of that field red gully. Fahad is really charging in. He's found very good rhythm. Successful over has come to an end. It started with a 6, but then the wicket of Faisal. 30 gone, 117 for 3.
Listen as your day unfolds. Challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. You gotta be bad. You gotta be bold. You gotta be wiser.
ওমা ইন্ডিয়া গেট আনুনি? আরে বাবা চ্যাটার্জি বাড়ির একটা মান সম্মান আছে তো।
একমাত্র ইন্ডিয়া গেট দেয় কোয়ালিটি আর কনসিস্টেন্সি। ইন্ডিয়া গেট বাসমতি মানে
Faisal needs to have to sort their plans out. So, in a kind of a delicate situation with 20 overs left, 3 wickets down, run rate climbing up. How do you go about it? I think essentially Faisal, rotation of strike.
And a partnership. Get in another partnership. Because this game has gone past the outside edge again. It's on a knife edge. At the 30 over stage, Bangladesh were 119 for 1. So they had a couple more runs and 2 fewer wickets. And look where they ended. 9 wickets down. So the game is very much on.
Absolutely. A funny old game, you never know. And we've seen the ebbs and flows in this game, right from the word go. One team seems to take the ascendancy, the other comes back strongly, and then the other team, the first team, close back into the game. This is superb stuff, wonderful. I think you mentioned in commentary earlier that this 50-over format allows that feel of Test cricket to be inserted into white ball cricket. All the nuances, all the finer points incorporated. It's not only wham bang and trying to hit everything out of the ground.
Absolutely. There is enough time for teams to make a comeback. This the beauty of this contest has been, like you just say, it's been a seesaw battle. There hasn't been an extended spell of one team dominated for far too long. It hasn't happened. The other team has always found ways to come back into the game. And if you look at the comparison at the end of 30 overs, there's nothing in it. But the advantage that Bangladesh has, that they've done it, and Afghanistan has to do it to get to that 230.
And also that partnership Bangladesh had, we'll come back to that as we complete the 31st over. It's 119 for 3.
Hey, just look at yourself dancing.
Why did you take my video? I hate watching myself.
Just watch yourself dance. Now.
What will you Galaxy AI today?
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी.
This is the period of play as the ball is put away so nicely. That is delectable. Didn't try to hit it hard. All he did was open the face, a little sort of punch away, and off it went directly to the boundary.
It's an astonishing stroke. Look at the timing of that. The fielder is 2/3 of the way. Just a few yards to cover to his left. He couldn't do that. And he was in the chasing shadows. This was so beautifully timed.
Very impressive.
We just mentioned about the bounce on the pitch that allows the batters to play shots like this.
And he tries to clip it. Did it touch the bat? Was it off the pads? There's a leg by. But runs, doesn't matter how they come, as long as they come, and that's what Afghanistan are looking for at the moment.
Yeah, like we were just mentioning, every time you feel like one team is getting an ascendancy, the other team follows. I don't want to be in the shoes of either of these teams, the backroom staff, because the nerves will be jangling.
It's the best way to be. You can't have it all. Oh, stopped on him, that delivery, and he fended it off, but not enough power off the bat to take it to the bowler who is on his follow-through. Lucky, very lucky for the batter.
For a moment, I thought it's going to carry because the long strides of Fahad making ground quickly. But you have to give a little bit of credit to the batter. He just bailed out of his shot, didn't go through with it. Hence, there was no pace on the ball to carry to Fahad. A little bit of credit to the batter. He just bailed out of his shot, didn't go through with it. Hence, there was no pace on the ball to carry.
Guides the ball very nicely. It's protection at deep third. Single is what they can muster. Now, what's wrong with the bowler? He's just sitting down in the middle of the pitch. I hope he hasn't hurt himself. Oh, no, it's just tying his shoelaces. That's fine. No worries.
No scares here.
Well, the problem with pace bowlers, I'm sorry to say, from Bangladesh have been over the years, it's been management of their fitness. And more often than not, over the years, we've seen pace bowlers suffering. So a youngster like this, when he pulls up, gets me worried.
I don't blame you, because Fahad has really put a lot of effort into this spell. We've seen very few bowlers have been able to bowl bouncers on this pitch, though it's good carry. But Fahad has been the one who's prepared to take the ball halfway. Again, not in control at all. Went aerial from Barkat. Looking at the splice of his bat, could easily have gone on to that mid-on fielder on another day.
Yeah, that just didn't read the pace off the wicket. And the coach understandably worried, knowing that just falling a little behind. There's a little catching up to do for Afghanistan from this point in time. 5.72, the required run rate, climbing steadily. There's a little catching up to do for Afghanistan from this point in time. 5.72, the required run rate, climbing steadily. There's a little catching up to do for Afghanistan from this point in time. 5.72, the required run rate, climbing steadily. There's a little catching up to do for Afghanistan from this point in time. 5.72, the required